the goal of the show really is to help us understand the trust in our lives and being that we're being pushed to the limit in our perceptions around the impacts of AI and the future of AGI.
I trust my family's life in an autonomous car next to a wall going 80 miles an
I'm
hour. In
mm,
5 years, there's a good chance you and I have a robot in our house. It's like everything I took a picture of, it could tell me where I was standing, what I was looking at, all sorts of things. It's like, whoa, people. This is what I'm saying. When you get a humanoid robot, it's gonna know everything in your house, and you're gonna go, "How does it know every brand in your house?" You put your finger on an iPhone camera, and it tells you your blood pressure. I just was at Somnium Space in Prague, and they have a VR headset that's 140-degree field of view, so twice as much field of view, and you're really immersed. Like, if
yeah,
you're flying a flight simulator in that, it's really immersive and really messes with your mind into thinking that you're inside a real plane flying around. Yeah,
the yeah,
every night or 2, I'm on, Twitter or an X space, an audio space, talking to people from around the world about this new world coming at us. And yeah, we can talk for many hours. There's so much demand for using it in labor. Kind of, my brother wants to buy 3 of them. He owns a bar. He owns 2 bars in Virginia. And he's like, I'd buy a couple of those right away and I'd pay $100,000 for them. If it gets that good where it could wash dishes or load up a beer keg or do menial things, it really can be useful in a business like that. And it's cheaper than hiring another employee for 20 bucks an hour. Why are you parking a car in a parking garage and paying 35 bucks a day for the parking garage when it could just turn around and go and park at home?
yeah.
You
You
could send your car, to pick up a family member,
right,
or you
right,
go over and pick up your best friend and bring your best friend over the house. There's no human in the car. It's
yeah,
already here, right? So, it's not just Tesla doing this. There's Zoox and Waymo and
mhm,
Cruise from General Motors, which just made a deal with Uber just yesterday. They announced, that they're gonna supply autonomous cars to the Uber network.
yep,
This humanoid robot can do all sorts of things from teaching you to dance to washing your dishes.
yeah,
A Tesla goes across the Golden Gate Bridge every 3 seconds. Nobody
yeah,
else does. Nobody else has an AI computer going across the Golden Gate Bridge at that kind of quantity.
right.
And you'll see all these Teslas all of a sudden just changing lanes to lane 1, and you'll be like, "What the hell is going on?" And then a mile later, you'll see a truck on fire, and you're like, "How did they all know that there's a truck on fire in lane 3?" Yeah, you can embody yourself in a robot, right?
Mhm,
If you have a humanoid robot and you have Vision Pro or something like that, you can actually put yourself into the robot and walk around as a robot. Imagine that thing hitting you. That's gonna hurt, and
yeah.
you're not gonna hurt it. In China, they have completely automated car factories, no humans, supposedly. Well, the humanoid robot can do that drungy work of moving the specialized robot around the glass and clean all your
Right.
glass, and it'll charge you 40 bucks to clean all the glass in your house.
These humanized robots could replace nurses, they could replace surgeons at some point, they could replace doctors entirely, you know?
Someday, because who wants a human being to come in your room and see you naked and, right, and move you around?
If I was a warehouse worker in an Amazon warehouse, I would be a little concerned about my future job.
What do we do with that truck driver? They were making 80 grand, 100, 120, 80 to $120,000 a year, and all of a sudden they're not able to feed their family. We need to figure out, how do we have a guaranteed minimum income for that person that they just sit at home and collect a paycheck?
I am a little bit worried that this transition to this new kind of world that we're coming into of, I hate to say, but surveillance and data gathering and
Yeah.
aggregation of data to kind of fuel the data that's needed for these robots and the technological innovations that we're right on the cusp of. That's going to cause a lot of people to have a lot of change anxiety. I can see a day when one person, one human owns, let's say, 1,000 robots and they can build a company.
If an Optimus makes another Optimus, who's gonna own the new Optimus? You're gonna fall in love with the robot in the other places because it's gonna make your grandma's favorite recipe for you
Right,
whenever you want, or clean your
right.
toilets, or play chess with you, right?